Welcome back, and thank you for tuning in to Beyond the Performance. Today we're talking about the mindset of a champion. We all know that once you get to a certain level of competition, any and everybody is capable of winning at any given point in time. Because the truth is, you're all good. Those who prevail usually have the edge mentally. Now let's explore some key points that create the mindset of a champion. Being a champion is more than just having the physical attributes. You have to be prepared mentally as well. The first point I want to touch on is how you cannot save yourself and get better. What this means is that every time you enter into practice to prepare for an upcoming game, you must go all out in everything that you do. That goes from lining up right, making the right reads throughout your progressions, spending extra time scouting your opponent, and visualizing yourself in the position to be dominant. Now, of course, there are those days where you don't feel like practicing and going the extra mile. We all have those days. But you got to get to the point to where you press through the mental barrier and go all out at all times. You have put in work all off season with your strength coaches, preparing your bodies for these physical moments, and I know a lot of it was brutal. But those were training moments not just for your body, but for your mind as well. Because in that weight room, you were dominating the weights and pressing through every single rep. And the more weight you pushed around, the more confident you became in your ability to physically perform at a high level. Point number 2, you must embrace adversity. Adversity is defined as an instance of misfortune or calamity. Most people, when they face adversity, they'll do one of two things. They'll lie down and not put up a fight, or they'll run from it. And that sometimes creates a domino effect and can spread throughout the whole team. This leads to teammates not being able to count on one another and causes all kinds of ruckus in the locker room behind closed doors. It also stresses out your coaches because along with game planning, they have to get their team to regroup and refocus on trying to win. Now, let's permanently change the way you think about adversity. How about embracing it? For the athlete, adversity is something that you will push up or bump up against in order to gain strength. When you embrace adversity, you now have a goal that you have set for yourself that you want to achieve. The athletes that know that they can overcome adversity have fun with this thing because their mindset is that I know I may be down or it may not look good right now, but I dare you to beat me. It is in these moments of adversity where you find out who you really are and where good athletes become great. Last but not least, point number 3. Completely dominate your competition. This happens long before the game starts. It starts right after your last game and throughout the week of practice. You look forward to the challenge and your mind is already focused on who you're going to face. You are focused on imposing your will on your opponent all day long, whether it be by physically dictating whatever they're able to do or mentally frustrating your opponent. Now, of course, that means within the parameters of the game. I just want to make that clear before I go any further. We all know that competition can be a brutal thing for the most part. And the very fact that you're playing sports says that you're a competitor and that you have the desire to win. So let's review the 3 points that we discussed today. Number 1, you cannot save yourself and get better. 2, you must embrace adversity. And 3, dominate your opponent. Implement these few key elements into your athletic career and life and you will seek success. Well, that's my time for the day, and thank you for tuning in to Beyond Performance. And I am dkjolivette, and I will see you right here next week at the same time.